Hello, we're going to do something different today. We're going to do puzzles. I've been logged out of my account, which is Karobi, right? I played the other day. I got up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, woke up, I should say. I didn't actually get out of bed until about 11-ish, which is ridiculous. Because I was sat in bed, doing my back in. I should sit up now, actually, because I slump. I have this tendency to slump, which is why I'm having all these, partly why I'm having all these back issues, right? I have this tendency to slump a lot. I sit down a lot, which is also not great. Don't have a very active job. And yeah, I got about 8. I started playing Lichess. I'm only going to play. You should only, I think, only play for say an hour or something, and then stop. It's so hard to do because once you get into it, you're stimulating, right? So you keep playing, So I got to 2770. I should have stopped there, but then I went down. I lost a couple of games, and then I was like on tilt for about 3 hours. And I should have just stopped. Ended up playing far too long. Ended up leaving. So I had no breakfast, right? I got up at 8. I had nothing to drink, no breakfast for about 4 hours. I didn't leave the house till probably after 1 o'clock actually. It's pretty pathetic. It's like a waste of life, right? I was like reading about this. I don't know if anyone watches this new Disney show, Ashoka, which is on Disney Plus. Quite a good show, actually. I think one of the better Disney. I think the best Disney spin-off is The Mandalorian, which is an amazing show, right, with the Baby Yoda, The Mandalorian, of course. It's a really good show, but this is almost as good in my opinion. There's another one that was quite highly rated as well recently. I forget the name of it, but. Anyway, the guy who plays it, is it Baylor or something? There's a bad Jedi in it who's gone to the dark side, and he was played by Ray Stevenson. Ray Stevenson died earlier this year in May. I didn't realise he died on an island actually. I think it was like Malta. He was doing some filming or something. I mean, a little bit of. I think he died of a heart attack, but it wasn't officially released. But his character is going to be, the actor is going to be replaced for the character, right, by this guy called Dominic Purcell. They could have written him out, I guess, but it's hard to do. He was an important character for the series. But very sad, yeah. He was only in his, I think, late 50s. He wasn't particularly overweight, maybe a little bit when you saw the show, but also in good shape as well. Just one of these things that happens, right? It reminded me a little bit, actually, what happened to that James Gandolfini, Sopranos actor. He died. If you're in a hot country, he died I think what happened with him, he was on a walk in Rome. He was quite a bit overweight though. And he came back after, it was a really hot day, and he came back to the hotel room, had a heart attack and died. And same thing happened more or less to Oliver Reed, who was a big drinker. Probably quite a lot overweight as well. He was on a shoot on the Gladiator shoot in Gibraltar, and he was having an arm wrestle in a bar, and he died of a heart attack. And so they had to refilm. They had to sort of insert him into some scenes using old footage, right? Which is quite clever of them. But yeah, you can probably was due to star in some big scenes, but they couldn't. Yeah, they had to put him in passing. So yeah, you be careful. Yeah, it's important if you're overweight, lose a bit of weight, because that, even being a little bit overweight, can be quite serious. It's I need to lose some weight. But the reason I'm saying all this is, you're not guaranteed to live to 70, 80. You're spending 4 hours a day on Lichess. I think it's a waste of life. There's better things to be doing in life. Especially when you get older. I think it's fine to do that when you're younger, but when you're getting older, you got to kick on. Which is why I'm going to spend a few hours now on Lichess doing some puzzles. Well, I'm going to do some puzzles, right? I got one wrong earlier. I'm logged out of the account. The puzzles they give you are easier. I didn't actually get it wrong. It was just a mouse slip, honest. But I'm going to go here. Is that not good, right? So you're looking at So when you're looking at puzzles, the first thing you're looking at is checks and captures. What about check here? That looks like a promising move, right? I don't want to take the queen, he's going to take that. But if I check here, he can't interpose the queen because of the rook would hang. So I check here. Yeah, because I think the problem is knight e7 was just running into big problems like castles, or e6 was a move, takes knight e5. You're just in a very nasty pin. So that's basically that. So we'll try and get 10 right in a row. Check. Might sing a song in a minute. Have you ever heard this song called Always by Atlantic Starr? A little bit like a Motown group, a little bit later. I don't think they were affiliated to Motown. But they were kind of like one of like these kind of bands that had like 2 or 3 hits and that was it. I mean, yeah, they had a massively long career. I mean, there was also this Fat Larry's band. We're talking about people who died young of like heart conditions. I think Fat Larry was like this great song Zoom, which was composed by someone maybe called Ray something. I remember from memory, it was like a Broadway composer. Great song. Zoom, just one look and then my heart went boom. But Fat Larry wasn't the singer. He was the piano player, if you watch the video. But he was hugely overweight. But Atlantic Starr, they were different. They didn't have any really like, fat members, right? They were just quite a good band. They had like quite cheesy hits, but good hits, right? One of them was like Secret Lovers, that's what we are. And they also had this song, Girl, you are to me all that a woman should be, and I dedicate my love to you always. My love for you is great. It must have been sent from up above. Or something like that. I got the lyrics wrong. Boy, I love you so. I must find enough ways to let you know. I kind of feel like that song's been done to death on the radio, right? Like Magic Radio's been on loads of times. Another song that's similar was Endless Love, I think. That's been on Magic Radio. It's like, my love, there's only you in my life. The only thing that's right. My first love. So that was originally done by Lionel Richie and Dinah Ross. I believe it was something like 1981 or 1980, early 80s. Great song. And it was, I think it was just made for the soundtrack, Endless Love. That was the name of the film. Starring Brooke Shields. Where these couple fall in love, but it's kind of like a forbidden love. Kind of based on Romeo and Juliet, right? And it was remade by Mariah Carey and Luther Vandross. Luther Vandross, another guy who died young, right? I'm kind of in a morbid mood today. Maybe he also died, he was kind of a bit overweight, right? He probably also died of a heart attack. Maybe from singing too much. I don't know. Yeah, so, yeah, they were a good band. There was also Sister Sledge around about that period. Everybody, wanna tell you about my love brought to you by an angel from above, fully equipped with a lifetime guaranteed. Once you try it, I'm sure that you'll see. Without love, there's no reason to live. Without you, what would I do with love I give? Did they do Frankie as well, Sister Sledge? Frankie, do you remember me, Frankie? I got a feeling they did, didn't they? And that was a #1 hit from memory. That's when I first got to hear about them, I think. But they had hits before. They were like a 70s disco band. They also did He's the Greatest Dancer. It was quite a famous one that they did. I think the lead singer's dead now. I don't know if there's still members of that band that's still alive. Yeah. So there's also like Move Closer with Phyllis Nelson. It's kind of one-hit wonder, I think. But C died young as well. Again, on the morbid theme. I mean, she died fairly soon after that record was released, I think. But her son ended up in Boys to Men. They did that song, what was it? End of the Road. come to the end of the road. I can't do that song very well. I think it was taken from, again, another one from a movie soundtrack. Boomerang, maybe, with Robin Givens and Eddie Murphy or something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, let's stick with the puzzles. Is it white to move? Checkmate. Simple enough. I'm sure a lot of you have already got that. You were thinking about it while I was babbling on, weren't you? All you were crying, all I care about is chess. Why does Gormari keep singing? I couldn't care less about his boring, bloody Motown songs. All I want to do is chess. I love chess. Actually, this, Rook D1's good. How many have I got right in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this is 10. Right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do Puzzle Storm. That was too easy. Let's try Puzzle Storm. How do we move this across? We might do a separate video for Puzzle Storm because I can't. Right. So, yeah, I'll do a separate video for Puzzle Storm. It won't let me stop it.